Recently, I caught this video on my timeline. To tell you, I absolutely love anytime there's any kind of like a parade or celebration that centers on people of African descent.
It's about as far as you can see is the black folk. This, I tell you, this is the largest African festival that they have in the city of Philadelphia, at least the one I'm aware of.
You know, I remember, I was in my 20s then, going to DC to my first, I think it was the Black Family Picnic, family reunion, something like that. My DC folk, you know what I'm talking about. Every year they would have this thing, in right at the heart of DC, and it was just all kinds of different stuff, activities and stuff like that. It was just a beautiful sight. In Philadelphia, you have the Atunde Festival. I went to that. I actually have a video where we went to that. My goal is one day to go see go to a carnival celebration in Brazil. That's really what I would love to go. I know they have some in other places, but I really would like to go to the one in Brazil. But I must say this particular one, it's just, I don't know. I'm a little puzzled, and maybe you can help me out with this. So for starters, let's just, you always got to put the precursors out here. This is not any kind of shade. This is not any kind of dig. There's none of that. I am just very curious, and I need help in understanding this. Okay. So with this parade, as you notice, these were Nigerians that were celebrating their independence, which is great. I mean, any time you see people celebrating the independence of their nation or whatever. But however, if you didn't notice in the video, they were celebrating their independence in the heart of New York City. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm missing something. Shouldn't that be celebrated in your land? And like someone actually said it right. That's like if me and let's say others, that's based here in the United States, if we went to Nigeria and I was celebrating the 4th of July there, I mean, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Not there anyway. I mean, I don't really celebrate it anyway, but you understand what I'm saying. It's not something, or Juneteenth. How about that? Juneteenth. That's like if I went over there to celebrate Juneteenth in Nigeria or, South Africa or in Congo or something like that. I don't know. It just don't hit right, and so it was just a little bit strange to me. But I started, going back in my history a little bit. And so I'm really asking at this point, does Nigeria really have independence? Well, let's go to ChatGPT. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to read to you what ChatGPT says, and or you can look this up. I mean, we've done videos on this, but I'm just doing this for the sake of people who want to, they want to see from a source. So that's why I'm reading it here. But anyway, let me go ahead and read it. Nigeria got its name from the Niger River, or Niger, depending on who you talk to, river, which runs through the country. The name was coined in the late 19th century by the British journalist Flora Shaw, who later became the wife of Colonel Administrator Lord Lugard. She suggested the name Nigeria in an article she wrote for the Times in 1897. The name was derived from Niger, from the Niger River, and the suffix IA commonly used in the names of countries. At the time, Nigeria was a collection of territories controlled by the British, and Shaw's suggestion helped unify these regions under one name, which during the process of British colonialization. Or colonization, leading to the creation of the modern state of Nigeria in 1914, when the northern and southern parts of the country were amalgamated. All right. And then it also said, I asked the question, well, how many different tribes? 250 distinct ethnic groups or tribes. So basically, this white lady, she was looking over the shoulder of her husband, who was busy out there just conquering his slice of Africa, right? And she said, honey, I think what would be nice is once you get all them together, once you get them all huddled up and pushed in together, you can call it Nigeria. And he said, what are you talking about? And he said, oh, there's a river called, oh, yeah. And honey, yes, I already wrote an article about it. And yeah, I think it will fit perfectly. And he was like, yeah, I think that sounds good. That's how they came up with the name. And here's the thing, the name stuck. It's stuck. And it ain't just Nigeria. There are other countries in Africa, too, that have retained the name that was given to them by their European leaders. So I'm really puzzled at how you can celebrate independence but still reclaim or maintain the name that was given to you by those that enslaved you. I'm really puzzled by that. That's kind of like, okay, if you roots, okay, what's your name? My name is Kunta Kinte. And then it was like, no, your name is Toby. That whole play, right? And then finally they broke him down and he said, okay, my name is Toby, right? Remember that. So it's like that. And then you celebrate Toby. That's kind of that's happening here. And the fact that they took all of these people and crushed them together, this is why you see a lot of the instability in Nigeria today, because it's not that the people are dumb, stupid, or crazy or anything like that. No, not at all. It's when you take all of these different people groups and push them all together, and just erase all of their cultural boundaries and stuff like that. What do you think is going to happen? It doesn't matter if you're doing it in Africa or if you did something like that in Europe or in the Middle East or whatever. It doesn't matter. When you push a whole bunch of people together like that, you are bound to get a lot of forever instability. So again, just so I can get this so it's clear here. So Nigeria right now, you still are holding on to the name that was given to you by a white woman who's a journalist. They also pushed all of y'all together, right? Now you're no longer a British colony. Okay, so you're not under that, but you retained all the stuff that the British colony pushed on you. So I'm trying to figure out, how is this a celebration of independence, especially when you're celebrating it in another country? And don't just look at me as because I know some of y'all will call me an Akata, but don't take my word for it. Some of the comments that people are posting that are Nigerian, they're asking the same question. So again, help me out here. This is not shade. This is not dissing y'all or anything like that. I'm really trying to understand, how is this independence? And so if you're Nigerian especially, go ahead and put it in the comments here. I would really love to hear from you. Keep it respectful. Okay, please keep it respectful, and so that we can follow along and have a great dialogue. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for tuning in. You guys take care, and I'll see you again soon.